It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the big diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. The action tonight will be happening out in Phoenix, where the Suns will be going up against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, they've taken this season by storm. Already great chemistry. The guys have their timing down. It's like they never went on break. And that's a testament to the leadership on this team, keeping everyone focused early on. And the Raptors' success, it's winning them a legion of supporters, not just in the six. We're talking all of Canada, Kenny.
Oh, the six. Wow, I like that. That place is always packed. They've got a great home crowd, Ernie. I love it. And you go to that square, it's overflow with fans feeling the love.
You know, ever since Steve Nash, a lot of kids are picking up basketballs in Canada now. The NBA is well positioned to continue growing around the world. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
That brings a tear to my eye.
I'm not even
for
Canadian.
the reason you'd think.
And I'm going to stand up. I'm not even Canadian.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. It's the Toronto Raptors and the Phoenix Suns. And DeAndre Ayton out with the injury. He will be missed.
Yeah, Kevin, no more uncertainty about the seriousness of the injury. Well, we only got a preliminary diagnosis after he came out of that previous game, but now they sound sure about it, and hopefully we see him back on the court in less than a month.
Well, everyone who watched his last game cringed when he went down. Glad to hear that the injury is not season-ending.
Both sides will try and push it on the fast break doors to get easy scores. Talk a bit about playing fast, but also playing with efficiency.
Well, you look no further than the Golden State Warriors, who, when they are playing with pace and out in transition and the threes are flying, it's electric and, frankly, almost unstoppable. But they walk that delicate line of playing fast without turning it over. You want to give these great players freedom, but within that freedom, they've got to make sure, okay, we've got to value the basketball, and yes, we can maybe turn it over 10 times per game, but we get north of 10, 15 turnovers, and that's going to put us in a little bit of a problematic situation.
Good analysis. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Ibaka, and it's Siakam in at the 4 slot. Now here's Green. After T.J. Warren's miss, Lowry finds Leonard 13 feet away. Bender with the rebound. On offense, here are the Suns. All right, now let's find out what head coach Nick Nurse had to say to David Aldridge. David.
He told me he's very pleased with how his team's play has progressed throughout the season. He said guys are finding their roles, and we're doing all the little things that tend to separate out the better teams. I just hope we can keep it going. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
It's so interesting to me that if you look at the history of the Phoenix Suns, it was the Mike D'Antoni era where they set the trend towards up-tempo run-and-gun basketball and emphasizing the three. Remember the great Steve Nash at the helm. They were an offensive juggernaut at that time, guys.
Both free throws good from Trevor Ariza. And the Suns from 2004 to 2010, a team that easily could have won it all.
No doubt, Kevin, the fine line between winning and losing. 3 trips to the Western Conference Finals, and if not for a few bad bounces and untimely suspensions, who knows what we'd be talking about.
5 on the clock. Ibaka outside. Out of hand on it. They recover it. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Green against Bridges. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Bender kicks to Ariza. Now here's Bridges. His last outing, he had 8 points. Bender, no good. For Toronto, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Here's Leonard. Gets it to go from 18 feet away.
And there it is. After 4 straight misses, finally nail one.
Bridges passes to Ariza. Warren with the ball. Leonard picks him up. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, I didn't either. I thought his feet were moving. It was close, but he was still sliding in just a bit.
The Raptors have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Lowry against Booker. Leonard looking around. 6 to shoot. And that's a foul called on T.J. Warren. That's his first foul. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Ibaka finds Leonard. A miss that time would have put him up. And it's Warren with the ball for Phoenix. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
Yeah, it should be an interesting matchup tonight. These two teams will only face off twice all season.
Well, so you want to make these opportunities count, right? Since they don't see each other often, it's going to be an intriguing battle.
Outside, Green. Pass to Leonard. Shoots over Bender, and it's Leonard missing.
Hey, we're not seeing the best quarter by this guy, and he's lost his feel a little bit.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, now you're going to have to tone down the level of aggressiveness on the defensive end. That's his second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet.
OG Anunoby's checked in for Leonard. Now here's Booker. 14 points from him the last game against San Antonio.
Well, that's just Bender using his size to his advantage down low. The D can do nothing with him.
Here's Lowry. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Siakam has it in the corner. That's tipped. Green kicks to Lowry. Clock at 6. Fires for 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Nice job by OG Anunoby to be aggressive from distance.
The Suns leading. Ariza outside. The dish to Warren. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And remember, T.J. Warren, he averaged 25 a game his second season at NC State. You want to know his role in the NBA? It's quite simple. A professional scorer.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. And with Warren, with kind of an old school approach, Greg, very active with his mid-range game.
And this guy can get buckets around that rim. As he stretches his range, I think he'll only get more and more dangerous.
Both free throws good from Warren.
Well, I love T.J. Warren. The reason, guys, is he's proven to be a dependable scorer who's got good versatility, and he can play either forward position. So important in today's NBA.
Here's Anunoby. 11 points for him in that last game against Philadelphia. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. And a miss there on the triple. Suns leading by 3. The drive by Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
I'll tell you, let that guy get ahead of steam. Booker can finish at the rim with surprising power.
Toronto's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Lowry kicks to Siakam. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. And Dragan Bender gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And stolen by Ariza. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Knocked loose. Toronto with the ball. To the paint. Down low. Here's Bender. And Bender throws it down.
Listen, we know Bender is a big-time threat to throw it down, given how quickly he gets to the rim.
Raptors trail by 7. The drive by Lowry. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he went all in there. He embraces the challenge and somehow finishes with the layup.
Now here's Bender. Back to Booker. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Booker's got 6 points.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And Toronto has possession. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long.
The Raptors shooting a pretty distressing 27% here in the early minutes. Down low. Now Lowry, an 11-point game for him in the win against Philadelphia.
He was active all night on the defensive end as well. With all the steals he came away with, he had him totally rattled.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza. And the Suns making a change here. Holmes checked in, and Toronto also making a switch. Valanciunas has checked in. Phoenix on defense. They lead by 7, and he recovers it. Outside Warren. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
You know, crafty, that seems to be the word most applied to Booker. Able to get the defense to overreact.
And if you look at the numbers for Devin Booker last season, I mean, he upped his assists and rebounding, his scoring and shooting percentages. He has continued to impress with his development.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And Greg, if you know anything about Devin Booker, so dedicated to his craft. What's next for him, you think, in taking his game to the next level?
No doubt. I think it starts at the defensive end. I mean, he's one of the league's best at scoring the basketball, but defensively, I think that's going to be the challenge if he wants to become truly an elite player.
Both free throws good from Booker.
And they've clearly been the aggressors here early on, drawing fouls and working themselves to the line.
Anunoby kicks to Lowry. Here's Anunoby. He's covered by Warren. Pass to right. Dishes it to Monroe. Shot clock at 5. Holmes with the steal. Here's Crawford. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That is his first foul of the game. Jackson, he's checked in for Warren. Fred VanVleet is checked in for the Raptors. Monroe left side. Out to the right wing. Here's Anunoby, guarded by Jackson. Valanciunas, good.
Well, Jonas Valanciunas showing good hands and finishing ability inside. And Kevin, this guy on that end of the floor has always been effective.
Crawford passes to Bender. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, you think about Dragan Bender. He gives you tremendous size and incredible range on the jump shot. It may take him a little more time than some guys, but this guy has all the tools, gentlemen.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And the amazing thing about Bender, he began his pro career at the age of 15.
Exactly right, in Croatia, and he really looked up to Toni Kukoc, modeled his game after him. And let's remember, this is a little bit of a small forward trapped in a power forward's body. But this team is really excited about the potential.
Now here's Wright. A 14-point game for him in the win against Philadelphia. Anunoby kicks to Valanciunas. The pass to Anunoby. From deep. And it's Daniels with the rebound. Suns leading by 8. To the paint. And Holmes throws it down.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. More and more, we're hearing the term positionless basketball, Doris, but it's not an entirely new concept. I remember Jerry West, for example, talking about it a couple decades ago.
Well, I think Jerry West talking about it is about there are certain guys historically who could play in any era. Jerry West would be there. Rick Barry would be another one. So certainly this has been a topic discussed in the past. I think why it's so important in today's day and age, the NBA has become a switch-heavy league, and that's on the defensive end. And therefore, teams like Boston and others are building their roster around guys who are switchable and versatile. It's become an almost necessity in today's NBA.
Great perspective.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
VanVleet kicks to Wright. Monroe down low. Holmes on him. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Monroe's shot is good. Suns leading by 11. Daniels with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Holmes. Makes it off the glass. And the Suns lead by 13.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
Here's Anunoby. And Wright kicks to Monroe. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go with a 3. VanVleet can't get it to go.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for Toronto. Trailing by 13. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
The Suns have gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. Crawford against Monroe. Fires from 18. Crawford's shot is good. Crawford's got his second basket of the night. Raptors trail by 13. Passes it to Anunoby. He kicks to Valanciunas. Raptors moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Van Vliet passes to Monroe. Here's Wright. Outside Jackson. He dishes it to Crawford. Shoots from the elbow. And it's Phoenix scoring again. 1:27 left here in the opening quarter. Monroe looking around. And here's Valanciunas. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Van Vliet. Misses off the right iron.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. And Bender throws it down.
Now, listen, Bender is a fantastic alley-oop option. Just using those long arms to slam it down.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. It's tipped, and he gets it back.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter.
Crawford, no one around him. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, and the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
Count that one from Van Vliet.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Well, I love how personal this thing is getting. If you drain a 3 on me, anything you can do, I can do better.
Now here's Crawford. His last outing, he had 8 points. On the wing, Daniels. Over Wright. No good there off the double clutch.
Boy, just enough defensive attention to throw that shot off target.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Greg Monroe, regarded as one of the better big men in the NBA, but in recent seasons, his minutes have been going down. He talked about maintaining his focus.
I'm a player. You know, as long as I'm on the court, whenever I'm on the court, it's just about being productive. You know, it's about continuing on the right path, you know, having the right mindset, the right focus, and just coming in every day and putting in the work and trying to do whatever you can to win games.
Professional mindset. Monroe is seasoned veteran, ready to go when his name is called.
It's challenging to accept a different or lesser role, but Monroe is approaching it like a true pro.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Suns enjoying a nice lead here.
Protecting that rim early on, that's been a big factor for them tonight.
I'll tell you, rejection after rejection. The other team having a tough time scoring.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Suns, you've got Rashawn Holmes, also Bender out there. Isaiah Cannon is out there with Jackson, and it's Daniels in at the 2 spot. Here's Cannon after the made shot from Greg Monroe. Back to Cannon, kicks to Jackson. He feeds it to Bender. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Devin Booker is a 20-point-per-game scorer since his second season in the league, and he knows you have to have confidence to be a great shooter. He said, know the work you've put in, trust your game. Just because you miss shots, you can't doubt yourself. They're supposed to fall, and they will if you keep shooting. Kevin?
Next shot mentality for sure. Thanks, DA. The 11-footer. Monroe kicks to Van Vliet. Good on the three-point shot. Van Vliet's got 6 points. The Suns coach Igor Kokoshkov has coached Slovenia to the 2017 Eurobasket title. Doris, the country's first ever European title. It certainly helped put his name on the map.
Yeah, no doubt, Kevin. This young man has had great success internationally and as an NBA assistant. And how about Kokoshkov, a homecoming in Phoenix? He and his family have maintained a house there for over a decade.
And Rashawn Holmes gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Suns, Warren comes in for Josh Jackson, and it's Booker in for Daniels. Raptors also changing it up. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Monroe. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Now here's Leonard. Shoots over Warren. But they'll get another chance. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. And the Raptors miss again. Suns leading by 17. To the inside. It's stolen by Ibaka. Fast break Toronto. Lowry leading the charge. Lets a floater go. To the middle. Here's Ariza. Oh, and the dunk by Ariza.
A rangy 6'8". Ariza finishing with force.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And the Raptors call time here. You know what Isaiah Cannon can give you, Doris, able to eat up some minutes and especially dangerous when that shot is hitting.
Right. This is not a guy who's necessarily a great percentage shooter. He's almost equally good 2 or 3 point range, but a tremendous free throw shooter. So he's carved out a nice role for himself in this league.
And looking now at some numbers for Cannon, last season's performance for him averaged 8 points a game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And those numbers solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Back to Siakam. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Intercepted. Pass to Cannon. Puts up a 3 from beyond the arc and then some. Cannon's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now here's Lowry. Ibaka outside. And Rashawn Holmes gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Okay, now you've got to dial down the intensity a bit, right? That's his second foul, and we still got a ways to go before halftime.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Shots good by Ibaka.
And to me, it's never easy trying to guard Serge Ibaka. This guy is such a powerful player who is not afraid to mix it up.
Here's Cannon. Pass to Holmes. He kicks it to Ariza. Rebound by the Raptors. Siakam's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Nobody near Leonard. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Wow, what a crafty player. Gets it done any way he has to.
Here's Cannon, and there's the pass to Holmes. Passes it to Warren. No good from Booker.
I don't think the defense is much of a factor there. He just botches the finish.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early, and just one more will put him over the limit.
The Suns making a switch here. Bridges checks in. Now here's Green. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia. And it's Leonard missing.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
Ariza no luck. And so Lowry will bring it up for the Raptors. It's an 18-point game. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Ariza kicks to Holmes. Here's Warren, fouled in the act of shooting, gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Shot's good.
You can see that T.J. Warren has no problem playing through contact or around multiple bodies. How about the power?
You know, Doris, there's a lot to like about T.J. Warren's game, especially on the offensive end.
You're right. He's resourceful. He's versatile. There's enough size there to challenge you on the interior. He's worked on that perimeter skill. Just one of the guys who naturally knows how to score.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
You know, Doris, when the defense is cutting lanes off, it's so great to have the floater in your arsenal. Something that can loop it up and over these guys, which clog the area you want to go into. And there are a lot of guys that really utilize that well.
I'll tell you, and the ones that have both hands at their disposal are especially dangerous. So you see Steph Curry warm up with all kinds of floaters and awkward spins and things of that nature, and he can finish with either hand. Kyrie Irving can get any place he wants on the dribble, and if necessary, pull that floater out of the bag of tricks. And then you think of the assassin out there in Portland, Damian Lillard. Woo-hoo-hoo, get inside the free throw line, put that soft touch on it, you know it's coming down on your head.
So fun to see. Toronto calls timeout. And Trevor Ariza, such a steady veteran.
I mean, just long, a versatile defender, can also knock down the triple. When you look at how far he's come since he entered the league as really just a raw athlete, it's a credit to his work ethic, no doubt about it. He has mastered his role.
Here's Warren, and it's Phoenix scoring again.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Three-pointer, Lowry, rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got 4 rebounds in this game.
I'll tell you, I hate to say it, but he's been dragging them down all night. The effort's there, but he continues to be ice cold.
Lowry against Booker. Outside Warren. Ball's knocked loose.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
And guys, veteran Danny Green moving north last summer as part of the Kawhi Leonard trade, now in a Toronto Raptors uniform.
Yeah, and not the big name in that deal, obviously, but an important piece. Green is shown to be a very capable 3-and-D guy, and it's the next chapter in what has been a solid career for him.
Free throw good, Green.
And one thing you can say about Green, I don't know of too many players who are as dependent on their three-point shot as he is. He needs that shot to be falling for him to make an impact.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And Danny Green, a terrific shooter who also, Greg, happens to give you great production on defense.
Yeah, and I'd have to say Green's probably alone in history with his shooting and defense. Only player to ever have 6 or more seasons with at least 50 blocks and 73s. You know, it might be arbitrary checkpoints, but nevertheless, it illustrates just what Green brings to the table. A consistent 3-and-D player.
Pass to Bridges. Over Green. Rebound by the Raptors. And there's the call on Devin Booker. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. That's good from Green.
Well, Serge Ibaka has been willing to become a modern NBA stretch 4. You have to be able to shoot the 3, and Serge is willing to follow the correct trends of the league. You love the adjustment.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Phoenix. The Raptors also with a sub. Anunoby's checked in. Second free throw, no good. And Doris, with Ibaka, he has changed his offensive approach, but the defense stays the same.
Right, you think early on he was defined by his shot blocking ability, and I still think he can protect the rim. He knows how important an emphatic block can be for team-changing momentum.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Here's Bridges. After the Raptors pick up 2. Holmes passes to Bridges. Just 5 on the clock. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. For 3. Booker. Good work defensively by Lowry. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Greg, one of the stories that had started developing since last season was the talk of Kawhi Leonard wanting out. Too many soured relationships, it seemed.
And he was eventually moved after requesting a trade. Pop and the Spurs tried just about everything they could to convince him to stay. Probably the most drama for a team known for not having any drama.
And he makes the first.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Dragan Bender, he's checked in for the Suns. Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Raptors. Wright comes in for Danny Green. Leonard hits them both. Doors when the light finally goes on for a young guy. So fun to watch. Younger players who've got all the talent and all the world right in front of them, but yet haven't put it all together just quite yet.
It's amazing to me how quickly we can give up on a young guy who maybe doesn't find success right out of the gate. But the reality is you have to remember, player development is the lifeblood of this league, maybe now more than ever with the current state of the salary cap. So a little patience as a fan base goes a long, long way.
13 feet away. Count that one. Leonard's got 10 points.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Crawford against Wright. Here's Warren. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Well, so committed to scoring near the cup. T.J. Warren, nice touch.
Wright outside. Pass to Anunoby. Leonard against Warren. Baseline try. Tries again. And Valanciunas with the layup. Valanciunas has got his second basket.
Well, Jonas Valanciunas has the instincts, the size, and the smarts to go ahead and take advantage of those missed shots and create them into points.
Now, here's Warren. 14 points from him the last game against San Antonio.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
Booker. Got it. Good job in the low post. 12 points for him.
Now, I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Leonard with the bucket.
Boy, that's a pass I don't think anyone saw coming other than maybe Kyle Lowry. What vision on the dish.
Crawford dishes to Booker. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Now, Wright. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Outside Leonard. From the wing. Bender with the rebound. Bender's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Now, here's Warren. Tight defense on him. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Suns, Josh Jackson's checked in for Bridges. And it's Troy Daniels in for Booker. And then for Toronto, Monroe comes in for OG Anunoby. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. The Suns have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, after the Raptors fell short of their goals last season, you knew they were going to be changing some things up.
Well, obviously the first big move was moving on from Dwayne Casey as the head coach. And you think about Dwayne had brought the best years this franchise had seen, and they still felt it was time for a shift. Now, it's not necessarily his blame. Sometimes you just need to hear a new voice when you've ended in the playoffs the way they have over the last several years.
Now here's Monroe. That one doesn't go. Nice D from Warren. Crawford finds Warren, and here's Jackson. Look at that jam!
Get out of the way! Well, this guy is a highlight reel waiting to happen. Josh Jackson with authority.
58 seconds left in the second quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now here's Valanciunas. He's covered closely. Leonard the pass to Valanciunas, and it goes down 2 points. Valanciunas has got 4 points now in the quarter.
I'll tell you, somebody on the defensive end has got to step in and try to get a body on him there.
Now here's Bender, guarded by Valanciunas. Jackson kicks to Bender, deflects the pass. Here's Crawford. Rebound by the Raptors. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound in this one. Back to right. Valanciunas dishes to right. Here's Van Vliet. He's got 6. The pass to Leonard. Over Jackson. Drilled it right as the clock hit all zeros.
Wow, what a clutch shot. He's got nerves of steel.
Woo! Got separation, lined it up perfectly, and put it right in their eye.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more in store for you right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. Devin Booker had it going on in the first quarter. He had 14 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
Well, the one thing we already know, Devin Booker can score. And what I'm seeing now is he's able to lead. The offense goes through him. He controls the pace, and he makes tons of great decisions. Terrific catalyst for them in the first half.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game, Ernie. They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they could forget about a comeback.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
The streets around this beautiful arena in downtown Phoenix, the home of the Suns. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
And it's mattered not, Greg, whether he's been spotting up or creating for himself. He was unstoppable, and you hope it carries over to the second half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Siakam in at the 4 spot. Here's Booker. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Raptors trail by 21. And here's the fast break. On up the court. That one goes. Count it. Ariza's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Phoenix. And so Lowry will bring it up for the Raptors. Passes it to Siakam. Toronto working the ball around now. That shot off. Suns leading by 23. Booker with no one around finds himself wide open and drills it. Booker's got 16.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Lowry kicks to Green. Pass to Leonard. Shoots over Warren, and it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Green. He's got 16.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
And the foul called on Danny Green. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Bridges. No points in the game yet for him. To the middle. Here's Bender. Another one falls for Phoenix.
Great beginning to this second half. Now 3 for 4 from the field.
Bender's gone 4 for 5 from the floor tonight. Just one miss. Lowry against Booker. Lowry can't get it to go.
The only way he doesn't finish is if the defense gets in his face. Nice job.
And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul. Over in the corner, Warren. Leonard with the steal.
Yeah, another turnover, but guys, on the whole, I think they've done a great job of running their offense without too many miscues.
Green finds Leonard. To the paint. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and the dunk caps it off.
Yeah, run your offense with that kind of precision. Not much anyone can do to stop it.
And Ariza with the stop.
Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
Well, they're certainly connecting on a lot of shots in the second half, generating high percentage looks and really cashing in.
Toronto calls timeout.
And what a summer it was for the Suns. Landed the top pick in the draft, taking Ayton, and brought in some talent through free agency as well. Booker signing that extension solidified a very productive summer for the Suns. Having 2 young players that complement each other so well is huge for an up-and-coming team like the Suns.
Now here is Lowry. Ibaka outside. And Dragan Bender gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played.
I really love the physicality. Bender bullying shooters with his extraordinary reach. Boy, look at how hard he pursues the basketball. Gets out of his area. Terrific work on the offensive glass.
Now here's Booker. 16 points for him. Bridges against Green. Pass to Bender. Booker outside. Shot clock at 6. Another shot, and there's a nice layup inside by Bridges.
And every offensive board is an extra possession. If you're trying to compete from this far down, you cannot allow that.
I'll tell you, what an effort on the glass. Even with this lead, they're still going all out.
And the basket by Lowry.
Well, Kevin, this guy's proven over and over that despite his size disadvantage, he's still able to score in the paint.
Bridges passes to Ariza. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Baseline jumper. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Green, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one is on Ariza.
You know, and Serge Ibaka, a player who kind of came into the league as a defensive stopper, shot blocker. You know, still has great length and can bother shots, but not the prolific shot blocker he once was, as the focus has become more on the offensive end.
Free throw good, Green. And with Ibaka at one point would average almost 4 blocks a game.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard for any player to maintain a pace that high at this stage. Ibaka's done well to adjust, I think, his capabilities and make sure he can still have an impact on defense. The block numbers won't ever be as gaudy as they once were, but he is still causing problems for shooters.
And so it's Kanan who will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game, and that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year. They get a hand on it. Fast break, Toronto. Here's Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Lowry. He's coming off an excellent season. Last season put up about 16 points a game, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he paced the whole team in points per game last season.
Well, his teammates understood that he was their best option. And understandably, Greg, they got him the rock.
The first one falls.
And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. He can completely take over a game on both ends.
Here's Cannon. Kicks to Booker. Over Lowry. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 18 points. And Greg, with Kawhi, started as a defensive stopper, but he now is so much more than that.
I mean, he's got a great outside shot, that pull-up jumper, the turnarounds in the post. He has the complete repertoire. You never would have thought he was only viewed as a defense guy once upon a time, but was already a fantastic player. But this is a guy that continues to just add to his game.
Clock at 6. Ariza has the open look, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
And so here's Phoenix. Kawhi Leonard getting his 3 to go. Tries it from 19. Suns keep it alive. And Holmes throws it down.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. And so here's Toronto after the Suns pick up 2. Outside, Green. Here's Leonard. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists in the game. Suns leading by 18. And the pass to Holmes. He kicks it to Ariza. Pass to Cannon. Back to Ariza. 17-foot shot on the way. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting. Pass to Siakam. Outside Lowry. Again, Toronto.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Cannon looking over the floor. Fires the 3. That one no good. And Toronto will come the other way. And here's Leonard from 3. Ariza with the rebound. The Suns have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. It's stolen by Green. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Outside for Lowry. Buries the long-range jumper. Lowry's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, Lowry had his mind made up. It's the rise and fire as soon as he gets the touch.
Ariza at the elbow. Back to Cannon. 6 on the shot clock. Holmes with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Cannon from long range. And he's good on the 3 ball. Cannon's got 6 points.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Well, I love how personal this thing is getting. If you drain a three on me, anything you can do, I can do better.
And he comes up with the deuce.
You know, he clearly made adjustments at halftime. Smooth offense right now.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Kyle Lowry, one of the better rebounders you'll see at that point guard position.
Well, at 6'1", he does an incredible job rebounding the position, particularly given his size. And you love that he's committed to it long term.
Jackson, he's checked in for Phoenix. Troy Daniels comes in for Devin Booker. Raptors also changing it up. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Ibaka. Monroe comes in for Pascal Siakam. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Green. Here's Cannon. He has 6. Stolen by Monroe. 4-on-3 break. Here's VanVleet. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some more.
Now here's Ariza. He's got 12. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Well, you can't deny the amount of talent on this Raptors team, Doris. At times they can simply overrun opponents.
You know what, Kevin? You do not end up in the top 5 for effective field goal percentage, both offensively and defensively, without talent. But obviously, when the Raptors get going and shots are falling, boy, they can compete with just about anyone.
And he makes the first. For the Suns, certainly a lot of chemistry questions, from coaching changes to unhappy players wanting out. Doris, how do they turn it around?
Well, you know this, Kevin. Organizations that win have great ownership and then great front office personnel. But the bottom line is it's about collecting great individual talent in the NBA, because this is a players' league, Kevin.
One thing you have to admire, Doris, about the Raptors franchise is their sustained success.
And that's not easy, Kevin. Last year marked their 3rd straight 50-win season and their 5th straight postseason trip. Very few other teams can claim those items in that time frame. Boy, the Raptors, what a good, solid core.
Here is Daniels. The Raptors getting the bucket. To the wing right side. There's Cannon with the 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Oh, great job on the closeout, providing a lot of good D on the perimeter.
Well, that's just superb effort on the defensive end. You don't allow the shooter to get into a rhythm from deep.
And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for Phoenix. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Memphis Grizzlies. Then on Tuesday, they'll host the Brooklyn Nets.
And for their matchup with the Celtics, it's going to be a bit of a measuring stick for them. See just how they stack up with a team that most would feel has the edge.
Now Ariza, following the miss by Kyle Lowry from deep. Over Valanciunas. No good off the front iron. Raptors trail by 14. Here's VanVleet. 10 points for him. Back to Monroe. Shot clock at 5. Rebound by the Suns. Holmes got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Ariza. Great D that time from Leonard.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
Cannon kicks to Holmes. Leonard with the steal. Pass break. Here come the Raptors. Lowry finds Monroe, and that one drops for him. Monroe's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
1:44 left in the 3rd quarter. Cannon dishes to Ariza. Sinks the 3-pointer. Ariza's got 11 points here in just the 2nd half.
Ooh, with a player this hot, I don't see their lead going anywhere.
Van Vliet kicks to Leonard. Pass to Monroe. Over Daniels. That one wide left. Suns leading by 13. Here's Jackson in the corner. Daniels. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
And Phoenix has possession. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Bangs home the trifecta.
Such an accurate shooter off the pass. Ariza, a quick thinker who knows he can score in those situations.
Valanciunas, good.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
Now here's Ariza. 20 points for him. Kicks it to Daniels. Ariza with it. Now Monroe defending. Trains the three-pointer. Daniels has got his second bucket of the night.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Daniels. Here's Van Vliet. Passes it to Leonard. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And so it's Phoenix out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Right back after this break. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick, because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. We've got Crawford. Warren is out there with Bender. Then it's Josh Jackson. And it's Daniels in at the shooting guard position. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Monroe's shot is good. And so Crawford will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. He kicks it to Bender. On the wing, Jackson. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Shoots over Leonard. Crawford, no luck. Raptors trail by 15. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Daniels with it, guarded by Wright. There's the pass to Bender. On the wing, Jackson. Outside Warren. Clock at 4. To the middle. Here's Daniels. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Van Vliet. Pass to Monroe. It's hauled in by the Suns. Warren's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Daniels, and they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Well, this is one aspect you'd like to see more of from T.J. Warren. We know he's a great scorer. Pretty dime there.
And finished off by Leonard.
I'll tell you, that's an assist that shows great sense for where his teammates want to move.
Down low, it's tipped. Leonard with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. That's in, and the Suns' lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Van Vliet.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage a look as you can really get.
Crawford, no luck.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Leonard, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, think about the Toronto Raptors last year. 59 wins in the regular season, which was a franchise high. Won the Atlantic for the 4th time in 5 years, and then it comes to an end with a thud, losing to the Cavaliers in the playoffs. Brutal.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Bridges comes in for Jackson, and it's Devin Booker in for Troy Daniels. And the Suns call time. And with the 4th quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan, and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Igor Kokoskov address the team. He said nobody thought we'd be in this position right now, and we are. He said he was proud of his guys, but he also said, now go finish this thing off and get this win. Kevin?
Here's Green. Got it. Good job in the low post. And for the Raptors, swept by the Cavs in the postseason, Doris, for the 2nd consecutive year.
It's getting painful. Swept twice, defeated for the 3rd straight time by the same team. And you think about the Raptors, a team that geared up and changed things to try to avoid it, and it still happens. That's a tough pill to swallow. I'll tell you, unless someone gets a hand to it, it's hard to miss the mark from that close range.
Wright, the pass to Ibaka. Back to Wright. In the corner, Ibaka with it. Outside, Green. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Bender. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And the Suns making a change here. Ariza's checked in. Phoenix leading by 9. Booker with it. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
You know, the second half has been a series of distractions for him. After one turnover in the first, been a disaster.
Pass to Ibaka. Over Bender. And with that shot, the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Ibaka.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
Now, here's Bridges. Kicks it to Booker. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Here's Wright. Outside, Green. Leonard against Warren. Unloads from 13. Goes back up. Siakam misses. And it's Ariza with the ball for Phoenix. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Booker, Green with the block, and he gets it back. Bender kicks to Ariza. Tries again. They shoot again. Kicks it out to Booker. And again, it's the Suns missing. Raptors trail by 7.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
The Suns shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. To the inside, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
You know, for a first guy early in his career, Booker's been tremendous finding the open man.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Now here is Ibaka. Right inside. Defended by Booker. Shot clock at 6. Green finds Ibaka and stolen by Ariza. Here's Booker. And Wright pulls it down.
Just a cold shooting night. Needs to try to make it into the basket.
Leonard draws the double. Down low. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
They're trailing, but they are really battling. Working the ball down low. Getting good looks in the paint. The inside game much improved from where it was in the first half.
Kyle Lowry. He's checked in for the Raptors. Siakam far from the most skilled player on the floor, but Dorsey finds minutes through his hustle.
This guy has got one of the highest motors in the league. He can leak out in transition, finish in the open floor. I'll tell you, this is a jolt of caffeine in a power forward's body.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Raptors trail by 8. Ibaka outside. Outside Leonard. Shoots over Warren. Got a piece of it.
Boy, T.J. Warren showing some activity on the defensive end. Great timing on that block.
The quick look, no good that time.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
He was all alone on that one. Siakam's got 5 points now this quarter. Suns leading by 6. Warren kicks to Bender. To the paint. Here's Ariza. It's good. That's 8 baskets for him now. 8 for 15 shooting.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
The Raptors have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. 13 feet away. That shot off the mark. And Phoenix the other way now. Here's Booker. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and this is really what you love about Devin Booker. He gets to the free throw line at a high rate and hits a high percentage.
First one falls for him.
And guys, Devin Booker getting great praise from some big-time players. Kyrie Irving says he raises his game to another level against high-level teams. Now he needs consistency, gentlemen.
And so he makes both from the line. Of course, Booker put 70 on the Celtics one evening. That obviously made quite an impression.
Well, I remember Jaylen Brown saying he doesn't have a conscience. He can shoot it with no remorse. He has a green light, and that's what makes it tough. Sounds like he had to guard him that night.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And that one falls for Bridges. Toronto with the ball, trailing by 13. Lowry kicks to Ibaka, stolen by Bender. It's stolen by Green. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Passes it to Leonard. Shoots over Warren. And that one hits back iron. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Inside, here's Siakam. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Some reports claim, Doris, that basketball is the fastest growing team sport. Do you think it has a chance to overtake football as the most popular sport in the U.S.?
Well, listen, anybody who is covering and carrying the games of the NBA is thrilled right now. The ratings for the NBA are off the charts. It increases in popularity every year.
Take a break.
But let's remember the foundational sport in the United States of America is football. And the ratings for football, the NFL in particular, still dwarf the NBA. But the reality is there are challenges that the NFL faces. What those challenges have on the long-term business success in terms of, the concussions and the long-term implications, we don't yet know, Kevin. And if we could all fast forward 10 to 15 years into the future, it'll be fascinating to look back and say, wow, this was a seminal moment for both sports.
Great perspective. Now here's Booker. Ariza passes to Bender. To the middle. It's stolen by Lowry. Here's Leonard. And the Raptors miss again.
Well, I love the determination, guys. It's simply not there for him right now.
Right wing. Tries it from 19. And there's Bridges on the assist by Ariza. 9 points for Mikal Bridges.
How good is that pass? Certainly makes the offensive opportunity easy.
And stolen by Booker. And here's Bender. Now, here's Bridges. He kicks it to Ariza. To the paint, here's Booker. And easy 2 points on the layup. Booker's got 6 here in this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Toronto calls timeout.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, I'd like to see them mix it up a little bit. You've got to keep the opposition off balance.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Trevor Ariza.
Plain and simple, his scoring is what made him our pick tonight. Even when the D's giving him all their attention, they just have not been able to contain him. If they backed off him for 1 second, he made them pay.
He's been their pulse tonight, the player who's guided them to the win, and it's a win they needed coming off a loss in their last one. Ibaka finds Leonard. Now here is Lowry. Tipped away. To the inside. It's stolen by Green. The drive by Lowry. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And it's 13 points for Kyle Lowry.
Some guys, Kevin, just have a knack to get to the cup. Kyle Lowry's all about being aggressive and assertive.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. So it's Toronto now, after the Suns pick up 2. Green kicks to Lowry. To the middle. It's tipped and stolen by Booker. A steal. And the shot goes in from Siakam.
That is really solid offense. You cannot waste those chances.
Phoenix leading by 13. Bridges. Here's Warren. In the corner, it's Bridges. That one's good from the corner. Bridges has got 13 points here in the second half alone.
That's what you call working inside out. Drawing the defense in close, kicking it out for the open jump shot. Nice and easy.
Lowry passes to Siakam. Toronto working the ball around now. Leonard, the open look. Again, Toronto. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Warren finds Ariza, but they recover it. Back to Warren. Poked away, and that's a foul called on T.J. Warren. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there. When you watch Kyle Lowry play, you see how much bigger he is than his stats. Does so many little things on both ends of the floor. I mean, he's a great screen setter, takes charges, all the things that don't necessarily show up in the stat sheet, but are important when it comes to winning.
You know, he doesn't shrink the lead as much as he should have. That hurts a bit.
Bridges kicks to Booker. The pass to Holmes. Bridges with it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Up by double digits, little time remaining. Way to defend your house.
Well, this is what you call taking care of your business, showing dominance on their home floor. What an excellent effort.
Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Right. Frustrating for sure, Greg. I don't think they'll be able to mount a comeback at this point.
Now, here's Warren. Tipped away. Leonard with the steal. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. The three ball. Good on the three-point shot. Leonard's got 38 points. And Phoenix can just let the clock run down here. Bender dishes to Booker. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Jamal, how did you guys get this win tonight?
We have good players. We have a good coach. I mean, he put us in good positions to succeed. Our players play for each other. We don't care about who scores, and we're a real team.
Yeah, there was a lot of flow out there tonight. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.